I'm still mad you guys haven't heard the creepy fucking ice cream van.
No.
I'm kind of sad about it, to be
Yeah,
real.
which I've also had to explain to multiple people that I'm like, no, that ice cream van in this neighborhood is fucking cursed.
No, your stories of the Ice Cream Man did get me to rewatch the movie Ice Cream Man, though, so that was cool.
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen that classic.
Is that the one that
I haven't.
at one point he's like scooping ice cream out of the big bins and they have like eyeballs and fingers and stuff in the ice
Yeah.
cream? Yeah, yeah, I like that
Okay.
one. It's fucking
Yeah,
stupid, and I love it.
every time you talk about this though, Hunter, my brain goes to, are you talking about Phantasm?
No, you got to see it. It stars Clint Howard.
Ah, okay.
You know, Ron Howard's brother.
Yeah, no, I know Clint Howard. I'm aware of the man. It's just like Clint Howard and the protag from Phantasm, they're like both of their ice cream men characters have kind of the same energy.
Well, kind of. I definitely
Except
say
one of them is fighting the horrors, and the other one is just I am the horrors. I believe, correct?
next time we do something movie related, I might pick it just to make you watch it.
For fuck's sake!
It's fun. It's dumb, but it's
It's
fun.
a classic.
I'm not against. It's just I haven't. I know I've seen it, but I have like no actual recollection of watching this movie, which I feel bad about.
I was gonna say, I know we've watched it for like movie nights before.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on one of the movie nights where I was having to tend to somebody who was like too drunk, or if I was too drunk and I just don't remember.
Both are possibilities.
It could have been both at the same time.
Oh,
the amount of times it was both. The amount of times it has been both.
Oh, good news though. On September 11th, 2025, he announced that there's a sequel in pre-production.
For the Ice Cream Man?
Yes.
Oh, we have truly forgotten as a nation. Oh, I hate this.
I mean, this is how we come back together as a country.
Is this what reunites us as a people?
It's how we end division in our country, ice cream.
Yeah, not uniting to like save our neighbors or our democracy. No. It is this fucking B tier horror movie.
I would argue that an ice cream man is a neighbor. So
a neighbor to somebody.
I didn't say he
somebody's neighbor. Speaking of which, hi and welcome to Blank Bodies, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 tabletop and horror podcast. I'm your host Hunter, and I'm joined by.
Oh shit, I'm John. I was reading about a boon economy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and that one over there that just talked.
It's Sarah. Hi. Hello. I am tired. That's fine. That's expected. But I have my little coffee mug with little bats from Asda. It's fucking cute, and it'll get us through this episode, which is a review of Live at the Succubus Club.
We're getting that suck.
Getting that.
Yeah, you bus.
We've already talked about the vampire. I don't know. I don't know if I want to deal with the werebus.
Uh-oh. I don't know. Would you rather have to deal with the warehouse?
Oh.
Not in this economy.
I feel like I'm too small to wear a bus.
I believe in you.
I mean, I made some gains.
I might need some straps like a cartoon homeless man in a barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Hunter, your macros though have been like peak.
That's true. I definitely just have protein directly in front of me as we're talking, so
it's partially why I was making fun of you. Because you're one of those guys now.
Hey, it works.
It do. Oh damn, them biceps. You're looking more like a Dorito than you usually do.
Hell yeah.
Anywho, so this review, much like last episode, we're gonna be covering some stuff. Oh my god, it's a Kirby.
She keeps walking on my bladder and I kind of have to pee.
Rude. Yeah, so like last episode, we were reviewing the book. We're trying to avoid spoilers. Heads up on this book, like a third of it is a chronicle module.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk about that because this book is new as fuck and I don't want to ruin it for people that might be using things. If you guys want a spoiler review of just the module Sound and Fury, tell us via social media or the community Discord and I'll do it. I could be tempted to run these chuckle fucks through that module because, fun fact, we've all been involved in DIY music scene, so I feel like we're gonna have way too much inside baseball knowledge.
I think I'm just gonna be too judgy. I don't know if it'll be fun to listen to.
Listen,
Sometimes
I love it when
you're
you're a
judgy,
judgy cunt, though.
Snappy.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah. You being a little bitchy is fantastic. So,
I know it's a
Content.
fantasy setting, but I promise you, your DIY band is not going to play the biggest theater in town after 6 months of existing.
Fuck no. Unless somebody's a nepo baby, that's not fucking happening. Yeah. So content warning. Topics in this book involve like things involving touring musicians, shockingly involving sex, drugs, rock and roll, mental health issues, so on and so forth. Uh, if films like Green Room, Sid and Nancy, or Heavy Metal cause you to have any kind of issues or squick, maybe skip this episode in the book. If not, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Rock and roll.
I can't do heavy metal. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
What's wrong with heavy metal?
It's a great movie.
It truly is. I haven't seen that in a while.
Is. Yeah, it's a little problematic because 80s, yeah, but it's well animated and we're just gonna let it be. So, what's the deal with this book? Live at the Succubus Club is for chronicles that have heavy focuses on mortal interactions and or traveling. So, the book's framing device is musicians and the music industry, and it also includes like stuff for running venues. So if you want to be involved in the music industry but you don't want to deal with the traveling aspects of being on tour, there are also rules for that too. But there's also stuff for general traveling and or nomadic characters if you don't want to fuck with the music industry. Just understand the book's framing device is music.
Fucking Toreadors.
Fucking Toreadors. Toreadors, I don't think have a stranglehold on rock music in general.
No, not at all. But have you seen the cover of this book?
Oh, I've seen the cover of this book.
It is absolutely Toreadors.
Oh yeah, no, I make a note about this way later in the script, but fuck it, I'll just say it now. This book feels like people were prepared for season 3 of Interview with the Vampire coming out. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I'm also weirdly excited for season 3, but that's because the guys doing that season said they're pulling a lot from Hedwig and the Angry Inch, which is one of my favorite musicals.
Chef's fucking kiss.
I am hyped for this nonsense. So if you're a AMC interview girly and you just are like, I want to do this bullshit with my self-insert Lestat, who's already a self-insert character, yeah, this book will be helpful for that.
Yeah.
But there's also stuff in here for if you want to not do Rockstar Vampires because you think that's like gauche. There's shit in here for not that if you so desire. Or God forbid, use your brain and extrapolate the rules that work for this set of things can maybe also work for other settings. Imagine. So, things that I think are useful in general for everybody. There's rules for resonances on the go on page 24. So these are rules references for quicker resonance hunting as well as manipulation. So if you're like, hey, I think the resonance rules are neat and I would like to give my players more options to interact with this, but I don't know how to facilitate that normally, there's a whole section on things where you can just make that easier.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. There's also guidance rules for lowering the difficulty to alter resonances of a mortal for longer that a character has known a mortal, which I think is neat and could also lead to some very messy but fun storytelling options. I am somebody who finds the circulatory system very interesting conceptually, even though it is like fucking horrifying and gross. And I went, oh, rules to make it more horrifying? Thank you.
Yay.
I will take this and run with it. Thank you. Also, the appendix called Steal These Stories on pages 148 to 156, I think is a really good section, particularly for storytellers, for you to have on hand for if you need inspo for random events on the fly, if you need inspiration in general for like pacing out stories where you're just like, my players have gotten to a point where they're running through my narrative really quickly and I need to like slow things down, or if the players seem like they're more interested in exploring various spaces and interactions, this gives you some good groundwork to be like, I can just pick this up and plug it in. Thank God. There's also a bunch of there's a bunch of suggestions for dice pools to handle various like crises and issues if you're somebody who's still just like, I feel uncomfy on how to propose dice pools for actions. There's a bunch of new suggestions in there. There's also scene setup for liminal spaces. So that section I would recommend for whatever splat you're using, because these are all places everybody interacts with, like bus stops and gas stations and just various little places where you're just like, ah, you've got your vampire in my hunter campaign. You've got your hunter campaign in my werewolf game.
How'd you do that? Go away. Or
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. And it's just I particularly am a fan of using transient spaces as ways to be like, ah, it's a place narratively that's really good for changing vibes because it is a transitional place. So if you're just like, ah, things for the players have been going really well, it is now time to put them at the train station and have everything go horrifyingly wrong.
Things have been going great. We can fix that.
Mm-hmm. Who wants to take the bus?
No. Can we
What do you mean
walk?
you don't want to get on the L train?
No. Can I walk instead? It's fine. I got legs. They work. I can walk. Let's go.
I have
I
scarred too
know
many
it'll
people with
take
the L
me.
train.
I know it will take me 4 times as long. That's fine. I'll
But
see
then
you
I don't
guys
have
in
to
a
be
couple
horrified.
hours.
But John, we love trains.
I do love trains. I'm gonna go ahead and make a few rouse checks to celerity there instead.
Fantastic. Also in this section is a bunch of tables for various kinds of domains that you can just one, if you're building a city, I think it's useful to like have these tables where you're just like, okay, I have the spaces that are like dependent on the story we're telling, and I just need to fill some gaps. I think there's some good suggestions there that you can whack in. Or if you have traveling characters, you can kind of go, okay, you guys decided to detour from the story. Cool, rolls random table. Damn, it looks like they're going into Sabat territory. I'm not gonna tell them that. I'm gonna let them figure that out.
Yes,
Whoops.
the
Uh,
vibe is off, guys.
the vibe rancid.
Rancid.
No, I mean you hear the band Rancid playing.
Yeah, so the vibe is rancid. Yeah, it's
Yes.
gross. Got it.
Yeah, if you're going somewhere and they're playing Rancid in 2026,
It's a weird place.
nothing
you mean
even
this...
against the band, but
Yeah,
just
it might be.
I
Might
mean,
be
it's
some
some
edgelords.
stuff against Tim Armstrong for sure.
well, you didn't like the transplants? I love Shampoo personally.
I just didn't like that he beat up Brody Dale a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about any of that. I just know about their beautiful Shampoo song.
Hunter. God damn it. We can send you some news articles and court filings later.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Steal These Stories section. It's an appendix. It's got a bunch of stuff that's specifically written to be plug and play story hooks and tables and all sorts of shit. So that's a hey, if you want to just clip that and put it in your storyteller binder, I definitely recommend it. It's also new lore sheets. Pew, pew, pew.
I'm reading one that wants to make. I want to make a salubri and just spend all of my stuff on this lore sheet.
Ah, yes. Also, top of the section, there is a table of lore sheets that would be helpful for if you want to do a entertainment music performer kind of based chronicle, and it has books with citations and pages. Thank you. I just wanted to know. Fantastic. I get every time there's a reference table with citations, I get so excited. I was like, oh, I can actually find these things. Son of a bitch. The reference book is now referencing? Yes. Yeah, so I made a small list of lore sheets of note. One of them is the one John just got excited about, which is the Descendants of the Fallen Lord for
Fucking
Salubris.
so cool. I've been wanting to make a salubri paladin since we did that episode. And this is it. This is fucking it.
This is it. Do you want to be a three-eyed, edgy stab boy? There you go.
I deserve to murder you because you are against me. That is it.
It's big Jason Todd energy, which I'm like, yes.
Uh-huh.
We love our boy. So, I don't know if you've seen this on. I love Jason Todd. I do, to the point that I've been getting adverts for it's a plushie called Fatson Todd, where it's just a squishmallow round boy, but of Jason Todd with his little mask and jacket and everything.
Oh my god.
And I'm normally not a plushie person, but I'm like, damn, I kind of want it though.
They gotcha.
Yeah, they did. It's just capitalism has won yet again. Between that and all the Ditto posting recently, like I'm fucked. Look, I love Ditto. I've always loved that derpy dumbass. Which is, speaking of, I'm sorry, the ADHD is really strong, guys. I apologize. I want to give a shout out to Squared for Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Uh-huh.
which is, I guess,
He's
now
cute.
he's so cute. So if you join the community Discord, you can have Jean-Claude as an emoji and a sticker. So thanks, Squared. We appreciate you. I've gotten such mileage out of that little fucker already. So back to it. Other Loresheets I think are cool. There's a descendant of Fadim, which is a Ravnos only one, which is cool. This basically ties your character to a branch of noble protectors who guide travelers and also deliver messages. So if you want to get into more Indian subcontinent, like Western Asia kind of stuff, like it's fucking cool. There's also Descendant of Kirina, which is gangrel only. This ties you to a branch of city-dwelling gangrel who are much better at handling politics. It gives very crow or like raccoon energy for your gangrel, where you're just like, I like solving puzzles. I'm good with like socializing, and if you attack me, I will remember your face and tell people for generations to come.
I will remember your face and tell people. He hit me. He punched me in the face. I didn't even do anything. He just walked in the room and he punched me in the face.
Fuck that guy. We are just magpie swooping him for the rest of forever. Get fucked. Which is I like that there's pulls to old material with this with City Gangrel, but they don't necessarily have to be tied with a Sabbat if you don't want to. If you want to make this a Sabbat character, by all means,
perfect.
Do what you're gonna do.
I think that especially like for V5, I like that they've kind of pushed the City Gangrel less straight Sabbat. Just saying. That's neither here nor there. I just think it's a good move.
Oh, yeah, no, thematically I love it because it gets away from this what I think is weird bullshit of moralizing nature, where it's like if it's quote unquote natural, it's always good. And I'm like, hey guys, humans are natural and we've been building shit for tens of thousands of years.
For forever.
We're just big bees. Now, are we big bees that have fucked up in some specific ways? Yes.
We're big
Absolutely.
bees
I'm not
that
saying no.
Figured out nuclear fission.
Yeah. What if we made a sun and then used it against each other? And I'm like, no.
How about not?
How about
Which really isn't that different than bees. Bees go to war.
Yeah. So I appreciate the tonal shift of just like getting away from that weird Rousseauian level of bullshit, because I'm just like, that's how you get eco-fascism. That's how you get eco-fascism. But that's a different episode.
I'll add it to the list.
Eco-fascism.
I think it is already on the list. Eco-fascism and WAD.
Yeah, we'll have to save that for Werewolf Month.
Truly. So the last one I want to talk about was Descendant of Itter, which is a Banu only one. So this ties you to a branch of the clan that were basically Bedouin-esque wandering protectors, nomads, and wilderness survivors in North Africa and through the Near East. So do you just want to be Ardith Bay from The Mummy?
Yeah, why not?
Hell yeah. I mean, look, that man was part of a generation's bisexual awakening. So yeah, of course we want to be that guy. He's great. So, moving on. Section, The Band as a Coterie, aka Create Your Rockstar Vampire. The title is a little cringe for me. But this section between pages 67 and 81, I think has some uses outside of the intended, like, you're making a band. Woo. Okay, I'm gonna own here because we've been involved in DIY music stuff for as long as we have been, a lot of the music industry stuff. I know it's being written for people who have no idea how any of this shit works, and that's fine. I'm gonna suggest if you really want to run a chronicle that is actually based off of being a touring band or being involved in any part of the music industry, do a little extra research on top of what's in this book. It does a good job giving a baseline, but it is a very shallow baseline. So that's my 2 cents. But
obviously it would depend on like genre that you're playing in, but can you think of any like documentaries or movies that you guys would suggest for that? I know I'm putting you all on the spot.
Truly,
The first thing that I thought was like Decline of Western Civilization, but that's not about like touring bands as much as just like
no,
the scene
the
back
scene.
then,
Yeah.
which can be useful in this kind of
Yeah.
situation. So, you know, watch it. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the good thing now as opposed to even 5 or 10 years ago is so many active bands now through social media are sharing like behind the scenes stuff on how touring works and are doing vlogging. So if you want like a really up to date idea on how touring is, go actually follow live musicians.
Yeah.
And you can go get a bunch of information, or go interact with your local scene. Go see live music in your area. I am encouraging this. Like, please go. There are, if you're push glasses up the bridge of your nose person like me, if there's a band that's smaller that you really like, you might be able to ask them a question in comment sections, go to a live and ask them questions, or just shoot them a DM.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. If it's a bigger band, I'm not gonna say do that, because odds are they're busy and they get thousands of messages and they're not gonna see your shit.
Or if you don't be upset when they don't answer.
Yeah. Yeah, like nobody's obliged to give you information, but it's one of those like, you might go learn some things. I'm trying to think documentary wise. Like I would go pull these off my shelf, but they are packed away in a storage locker, so I don't have them. But there was a bunch of like tour documentaries shot between the 90s up until like the 2010s that got published on DVDs for loads of different bands. Like I have some for like the Germs, I have stuff for like Bad Religion. Oh, I know
There's
that
been a
there's some
bajillion
like
and a half metal bands that have done those.
oh yeah. I had stuff for like some Warped Tour expose docs because that thing was a fucking nightmare.
I do kind of miss it though.
Going as a participant, yeah. I had a good time, but I'm also aware of folks that like had issues because there were people in bands and sometimes were fucking predators.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I don't want to say I probably didn't get fucked with because I'm fat, but there's a good chance I didn't get fucked with because I'm fat. So I miss that shit. Thank fuck. But and that's a hey guys, that might be a calibration talk having at session 0 of like how much in the paint you want to get into that kind of. I'm gonna say noncery.
Yeah, if there's pop punk bands involved,
watch out.
Yeah, it's gross. There's loads of various types of exploitation, both labor and sexual, in all levels of media and entertainment. How realistic you want that to be for your chronicle? Session 0, have that talk, please. Please have that talk if you're doing that kind of shit. But to try and round it to something slightly more positive. I think using the framework of the band creation rules as part of your session 0 might actually be good. Because I think it's
like
a good.
This is how we've known each other, and this is how, instead of we all meet at the Red Dragon Inn.
Yeah, I think it's a really good addendum to like coterie creation rules, because that's something I've run into with other folks, and I've had this problem too. I don't know if you guys have had this, where you go through character creation, everybody's got their cool little interesting guy or disaster, bisexual, or sexy lady, however, or nerdy lady. I don't know what you're playing. And then you get to the coterie creation rules and you're like, okay, we're gonna decide like how big our territory is, we're gonna decide what assets we have, yada yada yada. But the rules don't really indicate like why you guys are working together.
You're just there.
You're just kind of there.
I'd be real. I feel like most of the time, most of the games I've played, like other than maybe the one that we've done here, like we've kind of skipped the coterie creation, which is kind of a bummer. But I haven't ran into that probably because of that.
Yeah, and I think it's like I think it's maybe just a little too open-ended, because it's a good mechanic for the group, for there to be group cohesion. but it doesn't have like built-in narrative rules, so sometimes it makes it harder for folks to go like, okay, but like why are we working together? Like what's the goal of the coterie? Like why do we work together? Why are we friends? Like who plays what role in the group? Like
Right.
what is your expectation to contribute to the group?
Yeah.
So I found the band rules are really good for that. I think.
I'm the drummer.
Yeah, it's like you like as the drummer, are you somebody that like
I hit things.
you do hit things. That's true. But you're also like the core beat and rhythm of the entire production. Like literally the drum kind of is the main cruxus of deciding what genre the fucking song is.
Yeah, you're a
Okay,
meat-based
just
metronome.
pulling back slight curtain here.
Yeah.
Hunter and I had band practice yesterday, and we were working on a song, and I cannot tell you how many times we were just like, if there were just some fucking drums right now.
Everybody
yeah.
makes fun of the drummer, but like they are foundational. And okay, so like in the band, since the drummer's so foundational, is that something that like the character takes on? Like are they the leader of the group? Are they kind of more the mom friend? Are they like quiet moral compass character? Like what is your archetype that you provide outside of performing?
Chaos.
Yes, and the walkthrough does
Mischief.
offer options. Yeah, it's like, are you just like little chaos goblin? Are you animal from the Muppets? Like your job is to be the metronome of the band, and you lock in during shows, but outside of that, you're just like anarchy. Throw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so going through this process, it allows players to spend time to think about their role within the group through various archetypes. The book provides examples of archetypes, but if you want to grab, because almost all of the clans have multiple options of archetypes, if you want to grab one of those and kind of retrofit it to fit into like what your function is in the group, I think that's fair. You could do that if you want. Also, during this process, the players will agree on what the group's actual fucking goals are.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you actually doing?
I think it's awesome. I love that because I feel like a lot of the time we do run into the, okay, I have this goal and you have this goal and you have this goal and you have that goal and you have that other goal. And then the prince wants us to do this totally different thing. And there isn't that cohesion of like, okay, yeah, but we want as a group to do this.
Yeah. So the group, like the coterie's goal could be like, hey, the prince gave us this objective. We as a group need to do this. And then everybody has like their little sub goals. That's completely valid. Or you guys could have a separate like coterie goal of like, hey, we're trying to expand our domain, or we're trying to do social climbing, or hey, we're trying to be an outpost.
We fucking get signed, man.
We want to get signed, man. We want to create a space where like the various outcasts can like have a safe place to hide. I just want to get paid and get bitches. I want to make some money. Yeah, make bread. It's the only way I can enjoy bread as a vampire is cash. That's totally fine.
God, I miss sourdough.
Just has a collection of sourdough starters you can't enjoy, but you just like keeping them as weird pets. I
found out recently there is a website that you can get on and they will send you a starter from the Oregon Trail.
Ah,
isn't that fucking fun. Wild? You might die of dysentery, who knows? But
I'm just saying that I love that as a vampire concept. They run a business where they're like, well, I came out here as a pioneer. I've just been keeping the sourdough. After the most recent plague, the humans got into baking, so now I have a side business where I sell portions of my sourdough starter from like 18 whatever the fuck.
Perfect.
Anywho, the last thing I want to bring up is what I think creating the band rules is good for is players also get to choose which coterie type mechanically benefits the goal.
Okay.
Because I've been in situations where people get like really excited about a coterie type and we're like, yeah, we're gonna do it, and then the story starts and we realize the coterie type we have picked gives me dick all to do with the goal, and I'm just like, fucking son of a bitch. So I like that this is a reward characters for like, okay, this is what I've built, this is why we work together, this is how we're working together, this is what we're doing, and then here's the Trito at the end to support us. It's yeah,
I like that.
So highly recommend chunking that into session zeros. You just, if you're not doing anything with music, you can just take off the serial numbers that it's for band creation. Scrub. There's also the Fame Game Tracker, which is on pages 55 to 57. This is a optional rule set that allows the coterie to buy fame as a group merit with perks and flaws that affect the whole coterie.
That's fun.
Ooh. Yeah. So the fame tracker will go on the relationship map. Each member of the coterie will be donating XP to this tracker to buy points on the tracker. So this is something everyone has to agree to, and you have to understand if you do not contribute, there will be consequences. So each step on the tracker costs 6 XP. Each step has its own benefits and issues. You can look at the chart. I'm not going to explain the chart. It is noted that if less than half of the group donates points towards the fame tracker between like steps going up, the group will suffer automatic flaws and complications on the next chunk of the story that involves using the tracker.
Whoa.
Because one person
usually,
is more famous than the others, essentially. It turns into a Billy Idol situation.
That could be part of it. It could be somebody in the group is doing sketchy shit and they've not been contributing to the group, and that sketchy shit is now coming back to bite everybody in the ass. It is recommended that if this is the situation that arises, that the party members who did not contribute equally should be the ones that get the brunt of the consequences.
Okay.
So, it's like, buddy, you've been spending too much time with your touchstone, and your enemies have now taken notice. Problems.
Uh-oh.
The fame tracker runs on a scale from 0 to 5. Once you get to the 5th dot, it is time to plan on killing your mortal persona.
Oh my.
Since other vampires are probably going to kill you because you've now done a Lestat. You are too big. Too big, too powerful. You gotta start over. I think this rule set is really fun as a option for stories that involve like fame and notoriety. I don't think it necessarily has to be like music and entertainment per se, but I think the rules work just as well for other situations. So I think this highlights the balance between building influence in mortal circles as well as having to balance that with how the masquerade kind of like cut you off at the knees for doing that kind of shit. So it's hey, you might be building up your power in your business or whatever the fuck, and therefore you're getting more acclaim and word of mouth information about you out there, which also puts you more at risk for breaking the masquerade or ending up on the Second Inquisition's radar because now you're coming up in search terms. I think younger characters may be more savvy about the tech and social media aspects of like how fame and notoriety works more modern times, but they probably won't have the grace and tact and foresight and social skills like older characters would on like dealing with that kind of shit.
Okay,
so
it's like
they
a
might know
balance.
for a fact that paparazzi are going to be there, but they might not be as good at, okay, well, I have a newspaper and I'll just walk. They might be more likely to be like, hey, fuck off, man, kind of thing.
Yeah, like younger characters might try to pull like a Chapel Roan thing where she's like yelled at the paparazzi for being rude to her, which has resulted in various members of the paparazzi calming down when they've interacted with her at public events. But there's been such a social commentary circle that's completely gone around, just some people going yas queen, other people being like, I can't believe she would talk to them like that, like you decided to be famous, like this is just the burden that you pay for being famous, blah blah blah, this uppity bitch, blah blah blah. Which might not be the result you wanted.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not. You've got more famous now, whoops. Yeah, and like older vampires might have influences and contacts in various aspects of media or their own circles where they can kind of like pull levers in ways that like younger characters couldn't. Yeah, things to consider. I think this also gives players a tangible way of understanding some of the stakes and like power levels that they'll be interacting with when they're in very mortal interacting games. I kind of think of this as the socializing version of the GTA 5 stars. Where it's like, hey, the more stars you have on your tracker, the more heat you're going to have on you. So if this is something that you want to engage with as a table, I think it could be narratively neat, and it has some mechanical benefits and minuses for your story. I think it's useful. It is written for the music industry specifically, but you can kind of judge things as needed. I thought there might be some good use cases for this if you're doing games about like the fashion industry, organized crime, journalism, the tech industry, finance, academia, street art,
Cinema.
radical political movements. If you're a streamer, if you're doing churches, like
Yeah.
yeah, just a lot of things have an option where you could people are gonna know your name. You're a known quantity. And if that's an aspect of storytelling that you want to get more into, I think this is a good little rule set for that.
Make like Brad Pitt a vampire. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, he might be.
I was gonna say,
But
make him,
yeah.
sir.
But I mean, that's an example of like that is absolutely not music. He's famous for a lot of other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, hell, like the amount of comedians that are now becoming like philosophical socio-political figures is also like coconuts. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm just a silly guy. And I'm like, oh no, you've become more than just a silly guy, my friend. And yeah, it's recommended to have this kind of conversation and stuff at character creation, whatever. But if your players decide to be silly, goofy guys and you want to implement this, I don't see why you couldn't. Halfway through a chronicle, where it's like, oh, you guys want to swing your big brass balls and ovaries and do all these things? Okay, cool. We're gonna implement this mechanic now. Is everybody good with this?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Other portions of the book that I was really excited about is stuff involving careers and referrals. Pages 62 and 64. A lot of vampires, because of the internet ban and issues with the Second Inquisition and surveillance state stuff and data protections and whatnot, they're switching to things going analog.
That's fair.
Which can be fun if you're somebody that's like, yeah, I like these kind of old school, like cyber deck plug and chug things, or I like letter locking with like scrolls and wax seals and blah blah blah.
Is cool.
That could all be fun. Yeah, but how do you get your hard drive or your letter to where you need it to go?
Potence.
Are you
Huck it.
just huck it? Okay. I mean, that's one option, I guess. Hopefully you don't get a bestial fail on the roll and then you huck the hard drive and it just shatters on the side of a building.
Or into someone's head.
Oh no, you Johnny Mnemonic him. What the fuck? What the absolute fuck, man? Speaking of Johnny Mnemonic, couriers are coming back as like a thing. And I say this as coming back as in we have, as humans for eons, have had little messengers, little guys that just deliver shit.
We still do.
Yeah,
just
we
less.
do. Yeah. So younger vampires might be like, I didn't know couriers were a thing, and the olders are just like, yes, this makes sense again. The world makes sense now. So.
And then that one Nosferatu is just like, my pigeons, my pigeons.
Yes. We do not have to worry about what I plan to do with pigeons.
No.
It's fine. They have little backpacks.
They're cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a
But
problem.
also a problem.
It's
It's
not
totally
a problem. I refuse it. If I don't acknowledge the problem, it won't be there.
I hate how often that works. So characters and coteries focusing on the courier messenger thing may lean into plot elements that might be similar to something like Mirror's Edge or Cyberpunk or Blues Brothers or Drive. There's tons of stories involving traveling and deliveries. You can make it cool, I promise. There might be harpies that have their own specific network of couriers that have like a little badge or a button, something like official.
Cute.
I don't know. You got loads of options. I've written games where there's like undead tech devs that are trying to create something similar to like Uber Eats or Uber Drive kind of shit, so that they can so that vampires can do couriered messaging, but it slips under the radar of just like, oh yeah, it's just another app, it's whatever.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. There's also, if this is something you're interested in, there's loads of orgs, both in the Gehenna's War book specifically, and also stuff in Hunter, that may play a role in these types of stories that you should definitely look out at.
Interesting.
Yeah, what was that Hunter org that had the fuck-ass app?
Oh, I can't remember the name. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Something X?
Monster Hunter X?
Is that what it was called?
That's the one with the X.
Yeah.
I thought Monster
It's
Hunter
it's
X
something
was a
else. I'm
video
trying to
game.
remember.
Yeah, is it Revenge, maybe?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a good way. Just stick those guys in your game. I'm not here to cause problems. It's fine.
I love problems.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know
Bring
that
them
to
to me.
specifically not be true. You're
Oh
a
yeah.
storyteller like 99% of the time. That's literally your job,
The
to
thing is,
bring problems.
I usually don't cause problems. I present the one problem I wanted to, and then y'all just make like 12 other problems.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes you have to solve a problem with 12 other problems.
Also,
Fantastic.
sometimes I feel like a good tactic is to just kind of throw a blitz at your storyteller. Or if you cause enough problems, they won't even be able to keep track of them and they'll just want to get back on course for what they had planned. And they'll just set everything to the side. It's like we don't have time to deal with the 12 true crime documentaries you may have soft launched, but we have 2 sessions left and we got to get rid of this dude. So
Okay, this is why relationship maps are important, friends. This is why it's important
So you can
to
keep
take
track
notes.
of that.
Yeah, these chuckle fucks might be part of the reason why I'm like, guys, I stopped taking proper notes. I just have post-it notes that I like slap on a board and I'm like, I'll get back to you later.
I'll never forget the game. I think it was our very first time playing V5, and one of the very
Yeah.
first sessions, these guys were trying to meet up with us to hire us, and before they could talk, we just wiped them all out completely.
We questioned one guy before
we killed the other two.
him, I think.
Yeah, we killed 2 of them, and then we're like, "What do you want?"
I had these two goons following you guys because the plan was when the next time you guys parked, they were just gonna like come up and talk to you guys and just be like, "Hey, yo, our boss has a thing. Here's an invite to a meeting." Like it was a nothing burger. It was a nothing burger. But
They were
these little
being sketch.
psychos, yeah, because they're goons. You guys are sketchy.
Yeah.
You guys are sketchy too. So yeah, these guys see these 2 little Goombas and they just go, this is clearly a problem and I have vampire powers and these guns we brought, so let's just use them and a golf club.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting it because these fuckers were like, they clocked they're being followed and they're like, this seems sketchy. We're gonna drive out into like an abandoned industrial parking lot. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. And I was like, okay, cool. This is gonna be like a cool neo-noir, like deep throat moment. And they just like, no violence. And I was like, okay, okay, cool.
We pink misted someone's head.
I was like, guys, this is literally the first plot hook, and you're gonna fucking assassinate it. What the fuck?
That's a good way to deal with it. And then it's just out of the way.
You just eat the food off the hook. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just if I take the whole fishing rod, I can't be hooked.
What's up?
He has the biggest jaw I've ever seen.
Well, now it's gotta stay in.
I might edit it down to just Skipper's comments so no one knows who has the big jaw. They just know that someone's got a big old jaw.
Fantastic. So, within this section, there's also a table of 8 weird referrals that offer plot hooks and options for players to try and gain access to new territory and social circles. I think is a good way to utilize things like status and Maula and contacts. You know, those things you buy as backgrounds and people are like, I don't know why I have this. Why is it on my sheet? I'm like, this is why. You use these things to be able to get access to places and things. Yeah, you got your Wonka golden ticket. Fucking use it.
Your Mala is the harpy. What do you think you can use that for? Go places, say
My
things.
sibling and Kane. Okay, so there's also a table for traveling coteries on page 81 that offers alternatives for Chase, Portillon, and Lean in your backgrounds. So that's more beneficial because, yeah, it's fun to build a coterie. Core part of the coterie mechanics is you have a place to live, but if you're like traveling, you might not have a traditional base of operations.
Could be a van.
Down by the river.
Honestly, I have a character who does sleep in a van down by a river most of the time.
Fantastic. There's also the new in town segment on page 60 that has some really creative jumping points for characters that are new to any area and trying to make connections, or what to see like different ways of building security for domains and things like that. So I think that's hey, If you want to add some tension on the, okay, you've traveled to a new area or you're in some like enemy rival's domain, there's some good info there that you can chuck on, kind of floof out things you've built on your city. General sections of note. Understanding the Mortal Focus Chronicle. That is a big old section with a lot of stuff in it that has a lot of advice for planning vampire around how to be dead and engage with the living directly, regularly, for sustained periods of time.
I don't think that
Yeah.
I've played very many vampire games that have been very focused on the living, which is kind of interesting. I just realized that.
Yeah, a lot of people get very like wrapped up in the vampire politics and then they forget like, oh yeah, I run a business. I have to do payroll. Like, I don't know. It's a hey, if you want to be a vampire that owns a nightclub, I think that's cool and good. It's a little bog standard, but that's fine. It's a classic for a reason. I think part of your chronicle should be managing the fucking club.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like, did you give? Yeah, it's like okay, and if you're not directly managing the club, you need to hire a guy, and it's like okay, what's your relationship with that guy? Like, how does that dynamic work? Do you end up
Is
in a
he hella
situation where this
loyal or is he going to be like skimming off the top? If so,
yeah,
or how are you going to deal with that?
like, are you cool with that? Because he's like, look, he does a good job. He pays the bills on time. Yeah, he's taking an extra 10%. What the fuck ever.
Right. He's staying quiet about the blood stains in my office. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's from a music
Yeah.
video.
What?
The bloodstains.
The blood
Oh.
stains.
Oh, it's from a music video. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Fantastic. Yeah, it's just like so much of vampire is because you're like a pseudo human and your food is people. You're gonna have to interact with people, and I think it's better to explore humanity in vectors where you're actually dealing with fucking people.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's also got a lot of opportunities to do the horror elements if you're just dealing with these fragile little guys constantly. It's like, okay, well, if your place is like, I'm a big bad vampire, da 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 da, da, and it's like, all right, cool, I'll give you that opportunity. I'm just gonna put a little guy in front of you that just accidentally wrong place, wrong time, saw your bullshit.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, are you gonna go full villain mode? Are you gonna I'm the Joker baby this, or are you gonna do a mind wipe neuralizer thing and then feel bad about it because you keep having to neuralize this guy and now he's a little scramble?
You'd think after so many scrambles, he would stop going to the same nightclub on the same night. Just go somewhere else.
You don't know.
But I make him forget that why he shouldn't be here. Fuck.
Yeah. Like if you got your club manager and they're involved in your stuff, do you get to a point where like, yeah, you're this like undead demigod, cool, but like this guy has so much of your life just in his fucking hands. He's got you kind of by the balls. You guys have a weird power dynamic situation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to deal with your beast constantly yelling at you to rip a guy in half, but he's your band manager? Just fun shit like that. The section also has information for City versus Nomad Chronicles, pages 19 and 20, and has some solid things to consider when establishing your chronicle and how the story is going to work fundamentally. Because a game that you're set in a city is going to have a very different feel than a game where you're traveling constantly.
Yeah.
So these are things that you really need to consider for not just like enjoyment of the game and like, yeah, what are you guys excited about? But also like there's going to be potential lines and veils content warning issues depending on these situations that are going to be very different from each other. Because people that are used to playing vampire in a city might not consider, hey, if you're traveling constantly, you're going to be probably running into lots of people in very desperate situations.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you feel about that?
How do you feel about your coterie mate being a roadside killer while you're on the road?
Yeah, like it might be technically easier to get rid of. Like if you accidentally kill a guy, it might be technically easier, but then you're also dealing with you're leaving somebody on the side of a freeway with like no IDs, nothing. They might not be discovered for years, if at all, ever. Like, how do you feel about that?
Right.
Some of these things might be a little heavy for folks. I don't know. You and your table. Things to talk about. Also, all the new advantages, flaws, and disciplines are on pages 24 through 29. some of the stuff in here is new, some of it's repeats, all of it is pretty geared towards mortal focusing stories. So if you're somebody that's like, I like people, or I like having high humanities, therefore I want to have things where I interact with people more, blah blah blah. Good section. I know John was hyped about a couple of the the new powers.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. Hold on, let me get back to them so I can remember. What page did you say? 55?
It was 24 through 29. I think you said there was the presence power in particular that you're just like, what the fuck?
Why did you put me on 22? Oh yeah. Let's see. 24 through 25, you said?
24 through 29.
Ah, there it is. Okay. There we go. Ba, 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 ba. Celerity was cool. Yeah, presence. Invigorating display. It just makes you a fucking energy vampire. You just huff a bunch of people's emotions and then you get stuff from it. It's cool.
Yeah, and you can do that for good or bad. Look, I'm just saying, if somebody just wants to be Colin Robinson,
this is the one. There you go.
this is how you do it. It's written.
I was also
I know it's
very
written.
excited. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
I was also stoked because they finally gave us more for vicissitude. And at first I was like, this is level 5? Really? Level 5? And then I realized all the wild shit you could do with it. And I love it.
Yee.
It makes you be a person.
That's vague. That's vague enough to work.
Am I incorrect?
No, you're not incorrect. It's fucking silly. All right, so next section. It's called the Succubus Club. It's like the title of the book, dog.
Whoa.
Yeah. There is lore on the OG, the original Succubus Club, which is a big thing from the original Chicago by Night setting. They have information about its legacy and how various vampires and modern knights may try to mirror the success of the original club.
Temple of Boom.
Yeah. Well, there's some people that are like literally doing like I've opened my own Succubus Club in Brussels or wherever the fuck. Or they have like little pop-up venues where it's like a secret, quote unquote secret rave club that is in a warehouse for like 2 weeks and then fucks off.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think this has some really good plot stuff since so many players may want to build and run their own nightclubs. This includes suggested dice pools for seeking clientele, managing your establishment's reputation, features to consider in building your own like establishment and also protecting your assets. This is being written for specifically like entertainment venues, but I think there's a lot of crossover rules for just businesses in general.
That makes sense. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So this might be a section for, like your Venture players, your Giovanni players. I think that might be a section to be like, I'm just going to chuck this at you guys and decide if you want to. You got a Malkavian who has a hyperfixation on just like ska. I don't know. Owns a reggaeton club or
that guy got
run a ska museum.
That guy specifically got turned somewhere between 1992 and 1998.
Specifically. I don't know. You got a Zamitzi whose hoard is like vinyl records, so they own a record club or like a record store. And that's their way to like get their coveted vinyls and also dispersive ones they don't give a shit about.
I like it.
Yeah. There's lots of options in there for that kind of shit. There's also lore and stats for the Asylum, which is the big nightclub from Bloodlines 1, and franchisee information if you want to run your own offshoot of the Asylum.
Oh my!
Because the Vormans are there's some lore updates about the Vormans in this that I'm not going to spoil, but I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, interesting.
I need to Google.
Yes.
Or just search.
Yes. There's also information for Temple of Boom from LA by Night, officially published in the books if you want some more information on that, and a bunch of other clubs and like establishment owners that you can either chuck in as NPCs in your games or use them as templates for NPCs or archetype ideas for player character creation. I think there's a lot of good info there. On Life on Tour, this section covers the very basics on how the music industry works. I think it's a solid section if you're just like, I like music, but you have no fucking idea. If you have some ideas, it's a little shallow. It's a little shallow, but that's fine. It was not written to be an in-depth, like getting into the nitty-gritty of how this shit works. That's so it's like for what it's written for, it's successful. For my uses, it was a little like, If I was like, if I'm running a music-based chronicle for like you two, I'm not gonna use that. But if we had like one of our friends who doesn't do music, I might like chuck them some references just so they have some idea of what we're talking about as the game goes on, so they're not fucking lost. So yeah, that's a that was the one part of the book that was just very frustrating for me because I got really excited to be like, ooh, I'm excited to see like how the music industry works and WAD and what we're thinking about for this, and it was a little like, I just want a little more. I just want a bit more. But I guess that's my job as a storyteller to provide that. So, next section, Nights on the Road. There's lots of good info for Traveling Chronicles. I think a lot of this info pairs well with stuff from Tattered Facade. So if you want to do chronicles that are a bit more like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, monster, like the Eileen Wuornos kind of shit, you can put those two together and it'll be a fun time if that's your vibe. Yeah, but if you want to lean into like the Ravnos and the Salubri kind of stuff, or a gangrel kind of wandering around, that might be a good thing to look at. And then there's Sound and Fury and On the Road. Those two chapters are the sections that contain the actual module that's built in the book. It has a bunch of pre-gen characters and stuff. There's also a bunch of lore about how things have been going for vampires in Europe that I would like to talk about, but I don't want to spoil the adventure, so I'm not going to talk about it. If you guys want me to give my 2 cents on that shit, tell us. we'll have a special episode where we spoil the fuck out of it. But TLDR on the adventure, I think it's solid. It looks good. I think it's worth just as a storyteller perusing it. So if you want to get a better idea about how to pace a traveling story for WAD, I think it's got a good framework for that.
Okay, interesting. Yeah,
That's
I
my
might have to take a peek at it. I usually skip the adventures in books, but
yeah. Usually the pre-written adventures that I've seen, at least for 5th edition, even if you don't use the adventure, there's usually some fun tables snuck away in there, and I'll usually just like add those to my ST binder. Because I'm just like, I love me a table, and I just go, yoink, okay, drop. I'll use this tool for later. I don't know if folks would want us to run this module either.
Could be interesting.
It could be fun.
Yeah. It's definitely like a campaign. I would kind of put it on par with the Chicago by Night has a chronicle in the back of it, and there's also like the Trail of Ash and Bones and Fall of London all have like it like actual like not like a one shot or a 2-shot, but like an actual like this is a whole story arc, guys. So we now have some solid selections for modules depending on what the fuck you want to do. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Live the Succubus Club. I guess my TLDR on it is I understand some of this might seem cringe. Upon first look, I understand. At times I don't disagree. But sometimes being cheeseball is fun. And there's also some useful stuff in here if you don't want to do music industry stuff specifically. So,
Yeah, I think that's, at least from my scrolling through it, I think that's probably the most misleading part about this book is that people may completely overlook it, being like, oh, I'm not running a music chronicle. Because you can use a lot of this in other stuff, but if I had just read the cover, I probably wouldn't have popped this open when trying to set up a chronicle on my own. I mean, the Vorman stuff is interesting, so I probably would have popped that section up for lore, but otherwise, I don't know how much. And that's unfortunate, because there's some really cool stuff in here.
Yeah. There's some really good lore nuggets that, again, I cannot talk about because I'm trying to not spoil the chronicle. And it does tie in some of the multimedia aspects of how the World of Darkness, like, meta narrative works, because it exists in video games, it exists in live plays, it exists in comic books. So there might be folks who are like, they've heard of stuff from LA by Night, but they don't know the stuff about Victor Temple, and now it's like in a book, so it's a little bit more accessible. You don't have to watch like multiple hours of live play if that's not something you're interested in. So, I don't know if I would consider this book as foundational as I would Tatter Facade or maybe Gehenna War, but I think it has its use cases and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good expansion. I'm not upset about it. I'm not
I was
upset that
about
I
to
spent
say, I
money
think
on
it's a.
this.
I was about to say, I think it's a really killer supplement. I don't think it needs to be like a core
Hmm.
at all. Unlike Tattered Facade, where it's like, or Gehenna Wars, where it's like, no, this could definitely still be a core book.
Hmm. Just the horror game, the horror book is foundational. I'm like, yes, yes, I
Uh-huh.
would.
Yeah.
If somebody were to ask me, like, hey, Sarah, what I'm starting this game system, what book should I get? I'm like, all right, do you want to do more ooky spooky or do you want to do more, okay, I started blasting? Because it'd be like, okay, core book, player's guide, and Gehenna War would be good if you just want to do more action shit. If you want to do more horror, get Tattered Facade. Um, I think this book might be better for like, yeah, if you want to do traveling stories or if you're really, really interested in having more direct contact with people in your narratives. This could be a good way to like facilitate that shit. Um uh
Agreed.
yeah, it's still I was saying like, yeah, this book's A tier. I wouldn't say S tier, I would say A tier. Solid book. I feel like I'm yammering now. Anything else we want to chunk in?
Mm, I can't really think of anything. I am excited about the things. I feel like there's some stuff in here that I was just like scrolling through that I was definitely like about,
Mhm,
but the majority of the stuff we talked about here, at least, I was like, yeah, I'm down.
mhm.
I like it. It's useful. It's neat. It's interesting.
Yee, woohoo. Uh, cool. Well, if that's the case, I'll get us out of here. Thank you, Paralyze, for music. Music is
Yeah.
good. They're on Bandcamp. Go support Bandcamp. They don't fuck with AI music because that shit is literally the devil.
It's poops. It's made of
Yeah.
poops.
Made of poops.
uh, you know what? Outsmart the computers, chug a glass of water, and then write your own fucking music.
Hey.
We do have social media stuff, Instagram and TikTok and Blue Sky. Just type blank bodies, you'll find us. If you want to go where we're more typically likely to hang out, we do have the community Discord that you can go hang out with. It's free. People sharing game building stuff. Sometimes people run games in there. There's a whole section now for people building cities. I don't know. We will update the Discord as needed for people's wants and whatevers as a community. We got the joyous little Jean-Claude Van Damme. I love this little fuck.
Yeah.
I love our new community son. He's so good. Uh, there are sections on the Discord that are patron exclusive because we have a patron where people get bonus episodes and polls to vote on how we do the show and show notes and other guff. Should I do the announcement now, guys?
Why not?
I mean,
Why
sure.
not? Fuck it. All right. Hey guys, soft launching this. I am now a storyteller on Start Playing.
Whee!
I am slow launching this shit because my life is busy and I don't want to overextend myself. So I am going to be setting up a table that will be for that will be accessible to patrons first because you guys have been giving us your dollary dues for so long, and I appreciate you guys, and I want to give you guys first dibs on whatever the fuck insanity we want to build together as a table. It is Start Playing, so it is a paid thing, because this will be work for me. But as long as you are comfortable with doing that, I am happy to do a fun art thing together. Huzzah!
Sarah does good games. You should play in Sarah's
Yay!
games.
I have been reviewed by people in multiple storytelling formats, and I have gotten solid reviews the whole time. And that's the criteria I will give myself. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm a great storyteller. I'm like, I think I'm okay. I am confident enough to ask for money for it, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Huzzah. Any other things going on? Huzzah.
Hmm.
Huzzah.
Let's get the band together, guys.
Oh
I'm
God.
just saying
Yeah.
that. I'm just saying that for the book.
I mean, you guys are in a band, and then I'm off on the side going, "Hey, do if you guys want cool art, I'll do cool art."
Hell
Maybe
yeah, let's get
someday.
the band art together, guys.
Ew. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna go lay down. I'm gonna go lay down now.
Yeah.
It's late
Time
for
for
you.
sleep for
I think.
Sarah.
I don't know. I'm bad with
It's
math. Time math.
it's not late. It's just I've been up late like to like 7 in the morning the past few days because of time zones. Living in the future is interesting.
Wow.
Good to know time's not linear though, so that's cool. Thanks for
No.
confirming that.
No worries.
It's really cool that I'm friends with a time traveler. Just coming
Protomancy
back
is the
here
most
to talk
powerful
to us.
magic.
Yeah. You're a lot less annoying than that other British time traveler, so that's cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh no.
And with that, I'm fucking leaving.
That's fair.
Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.